Hello, Martin. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Beijing. I know you from Denmark, and now you work in Shanghai and live in Shanghai. So could you give us some brief introduction about yourself and your organization?
Yes, thank you very much, first of all, Rune, for inviting me for this small interview.
Yes.
My name is Martin Hoxer. I
Yes.
came to Shanghai, now I'm in Beijing, but I came to Shanghai 4 months ago
Yes.
to take up the position as Executive Director for the Innovation Center of Denmark in Shanghai.
Yes.
We are part of the consulate in Shanghai under the Embassy of Denmark in Beijing.
Okay.
What we do is to help Danish companies and Danish universities, research institutions, finding partners in China, but also to cover some of the developments going on in China. So Danish companies and research institutions can see the opportunities even if they're in Denmark, because we are their extended arm and boots on the ground here in China.
What's the main industries you already done business with Chinese or with some other countries?
I would say the main industries for us is basically echoing the Danish strength positions. So in life science and health, because Denmark is very strong in the pharma industry.
Yes.
So we work very much with the Chinese companies and research institutions in life science and health. That can be in many different areas. I mean, it can be on the pharmaceutical products, but it could also be introducing tech like AI in healthcare, or it could be on welfare technology products and so on.
Yes.
Then, of course, with the big ambitions that we see here in China on the green transition, we're also doing quite a lot in introducing some of the environmental technologies coming out of Denmark.
Yes.
So China has announced that it wants to be carbon neutral by 2016. So we see big opportunities for both China and Denmark in that area. And then lastly, we broadly work in ICT. So it's software, hardware, it's robotics, it's AI, it's new technologies. So life science, clean tech and ICT.
I know you represent the Danish government working in China. And who would be your potential partners in China or the cooperator you are looking forward to in China?
Well, I think there are many different potential partners. There's already many partners. I mean, we're working in research and business, but we're also working on strengthening, relations to country to country and so on, the diplomatic ties. This year we're actually celebrating 70 years of diplomatic ties between China and Denmark. Denmark was among the first country to congratulate China.
You celebrate the diplomatic relationship with China.
That was the diplomatic relationship, and this year we're also celebrating decades of the university collaboration. So in Weiro, here in Beijing, we have our Sino-Danish Education Center, which is a collaboration between the 8 different Danish universities and then Chinese Academy of Science. So there's a lot of different partners within research, within the business community, but also within, of course, the country to country and the governmental public side, meaning that it's both government, but it's also municipalities and districts and so on. So we're working on many different levels.
Yeah. For international trading or international business, one country have some advantages in some field. Then they want to export or trading with some other countries. So what are those industry or advantages with some advantage compared with China you want to introduce into Chinese markets?
Well, I think I'm going to echo myself just a little bit, because I think one of the things that we are very good at in Denmark and have some traction in as well is the green transition. Years ago in Denmark, the shipyards closed, basically because the salaries were too high, and the competition coming out of the Asian countries were too stiff for us to compete with.
Yes.
So we found out that in the maritime sector, because Denmark is a big maritime nation as well, with Maersk and others, we found out that we should provide know-how and those machineries that has sort of a critical infrastructure on the ship. So I think now we see the same development going on also in Asia. You see that the international regulations is going in that direction, that it has to be more sustainable, that you want to store carbon and you want to have a lower environmental footprint and so on. I think Denmark has a lot of environmental friendly technology that could also go in and make a green transition into the maritime sector.
Yes.
And I'm located in Shanghai, and Shanghai is of course a maritime hub as well, with the ports in Shanghai and with all the warehousing going on in China and transport logistics coming out of China, internally in China and so on. I think this is really something where technology can revolutionize the way of doing business, and something where I also see big opportunities for Denmark, but also big opportunities for China, basically, because if you manage to transform this sector and become even more sustainable, I think you're on the right path of succeeding with this ambition of being carbon neutral in 2060.
Okay, Shanghai is the financial and economical center of China, and for Beijing is the political and cultural center, international communication center, and science, technology, and innovation center. So there are some advantages compared with Shanghai for Beijing city. Is there any opportunity for you to find some work to do in Beijing?
Yeah, I think we're already doing work in Beijing, and we're also doing work in other parts of China. One example is that we, together with our Nordic colleagues, initiated a project that got some external funding called the Nordic Sustainable Cities Project, where we identified challenges in the urban development planning of second-tier cities in China. And then we went back to the Nordic countries to see if we could identify some of the solutions.
Yes.
So that could be on water management or any kind of resource management.
Yes.
But it could also be in using 3D modeling in urban planning and so on. Yeah, I definitely think with Beijing, it's such a big city, and things are very fast-paced in Beijing and many parts of China. So there's a lot of opportunities for sure. But we also have to be honest. I mean, Denmark is a small country, so I don't think that we can sustain all the different needs of China. We need to come together as a group of countries and provide some of the best solutions coming out of Europe and the other way around. So it's a balance. Also because we can learn a lot from China. So I'm looking forward to the years to come. And to see how we can even work more together.
Okay, good. We can learn from each other, the Chinese and Denmark. And Shenzhen is a city very young. They put new technology into practice very efficiently and effectively. Do you have any plan to have a business in Shenzhen?
Actually, actually we are covering Shenzhen with the consulates already, but the engagements that we have had with Shenzhen has very much also been on the startup scene.
Yes.
I mean, Shenzhen is known for its fast production. It's many different facilities when it comes to industry advancements and basically manufacturing and production and so on. But it's also in its own right an innovation hub for startups. So the biggest startup event in Denmark is called Tech Barbecue.
Yes.
And they did a side event a couple of months ago in Shenzhen.
Oh.
And I was lucky enough to be asked to actually do a small presentation down there.
Yes.
I did it online, so I haven't been to Shenzhen, I have to say. But
because of the
yeah,
pandemic,
exactly. But so it's on the radar. In terms of that, we also see that there's a lot of development going on in Shenzhen,
yes.
and especially how they apply new technology into production, manufacturing, automatization, robotization, even artificial intelligence.
Yes.
So it's very interesting. Yes.
Even you are only 4 months in China, I mean, working in Shanghai, but you know China very well. You know where the opportunities and also the different advantages in different cities. So hope you enjoy your time in China in the coming years and more business opportunities between each of us. Thank you. Join us. See you next time.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Red.